because they don't want you to know who you are. The moment you know who you are, you're going to start keeping God's commandment, and their kingdom will be over. That's a secret plot. Till today, they're still doing that. They find ways to keep you in lies, like religion, politics, Christianity. Those things is what keeping you away from serving your true God. Now, let me show you a few scripture of things that you should have known, that what you should have been doing. Give me the beard. I'm going to show you one. And the thing is, our purpose, once you hear these laws, is try to apply them. That's what repentance is. You can't just continue living the same way if you want to be better yourself. You actually, before that, give me Deuteronomy 7:6.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. Read. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord.
God says you are an holy people unto him. To be holy means to be separate. He separates you from every other nation that he created. Read.
Unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
He chose you among many other nations. Read.
To be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Oh, that's in the Bible. I did not make this up. It's in the Bible. It says he picked you above all. Doesn't that mean a lot? To know that you are precious in the eyes of the Most High God? Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 15. That's the last precept. Listen to this. And you have the flyer, and you can watch more YouTube or more videos so you can learn how you should start conducting yourself once you know who you are. Last precept, 28 and 15.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
God says it will happen if you don't listen to God's commandment. Read.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
You hear that? He says it will happen if you don't listen to the commandments that I gave you. All these curses will come upon you and overtake you. That's the reason why we are in the bottom of society today. I would have shown you some precept to show you why we're in the situation that we are in, but you say you got to go. Our information is on the flyer. We're not far from here. Our school is a block down from here, Crawfordville. If you want to learn, you can come and you will learn about your true heritage. All right? All right, man. Let's continue to Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Read it again.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
God says it will happen if you don't listen to what I say. These curses will fall upon you and it will overtake you. It is not by coincidence why we're in the bottom of society. It's not by coincidence why we can never rise up. We'll always remain in the bottom because we refuse to hearken into God's voice. We're quick to listen to anything else but then what the Bible say. Bible says you're not supposed to eat shrimp, crabs, pork. But guess what? My pastor says everything God created is good. Yes, they have their own purpose. They have their purpose. Eating was not one of them. So, us as human beings, we have our own purpose. Would you eat us too? Come on, have some sense. Our people become so quick to follow any dumb ideology. We need to get out that kind of mindset.
Right.
Read.
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
That is obvious why our neighborhood is the way it is. That's why we live in the slums, the ghetto, Section 8. That's why we live in them. Because the Bible says, if you don't keep my commandments, you will be cursed in your cities. You will be cursed in the field where you work. We can never get high enough as a people. Just because one person gets to a high status doesn't mean we're all doing well as a company. I mean, as a people. Read.
Cursed shall be thy basket in thy store.
That goes into the same thing I just stated. That's why Israel must rise up. That's why we must wake up and learning our true heritage. That's where our strength lies, is by following the Bible. Give me that. Hold on to that. Give me Judith 5:20. That's the secret to our remedy. That's how we can change our life, is by applying God's commandment. The longer we remain in sin, the longer we're going to be in the bottom. Right. The longer we're going to continue eating dirt. The longer we will be a sick people. Read.
The book of Judith, chapter 5, verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
The Bible says if you that guy, that so-called Japanese of today was saying, if you find they not in sin, they doing well as a people, keeping their God commandment. Read it again. Read it again. I don't think I said it right. Read it again.
The book of Judith, chapter 5, verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people,
if you find any type of error in them, read.
And they sin against their God,
and they're not keeping God's commandment, read.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
Let's take that as an advantage. That will be an advantage for us to overtake them. Read.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if therefore there be no iniquity in their nation,
if we stop sinning, if we stop sleeping with one another's wife, if we stop whoring our sisters, if we stop selling dope to one another, if we stop transgressing the Sabbath, what will happen?
Let my Lord now pass by.
They won't be able to stand against you. They will have to just walk by and not trying you. Read.
Lest their Lord defend them and their God before them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
You hear what it says? God will be for us when we're keeping the commandments.
That's right.
And that's the problem we have today. Israel don't follow God's commandment. The scriptures say you're supposed to grow your beard. Guess what? We like to have a shaved face. Look like a woman. Look like a young child. It's two type of people that should have no hair in their face. Either you're a woman or you're a young child. Which one are you? If you're a man, you should have that badge of manly dignity in your face.
Right. Yes, sir. The book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 23. And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in.
That's what we are doing today. We're trying to let you know what you are missing. You are missing your true heritage. The Bible is your heritage. The Bible is your history. You don't need nobody else to tell you your history. It's all here. But you need someone to guide you. You need someone to show you that is your history. Hey, brother, how you doing, man? Come here, let me talk to you for a minute, man. Read.
That my house may be filled.
Read.
For I say unto you, that none of those men which were bidden shall taste of my supper.
That's the reason why there will be judgment day. For those of you that hear the word and ignore it. For those of you that have other things that are more precious than God's word. There gotta be a judgment. Don't think you're gonna live your life the way you want to, and then give me that Lord in Matthew 7:22. Yeah, give me that. They think they can live their life however they want to. When Christ returns, they're gonna go like, God, I know you. Read.
Many shall say to me, the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 22. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name?
A lot of us gonna be screaming out saying, God, Christ, I've always prophesied in your name. Read.
And in thy name have cast out devils.
I've cast out devil in your name, Christ. Read.
And in thy name done many wonderful works. And I will profess unto them, I never knew you.
Christ said he will say that I don't know you. Get away from me. I never know you. Read.
Depart from me, ye workers of iniquity.
He called them workers of iniquity. Sinners. How God gonna give me that in John 9:31? How you gonna actually give me the one in Prophet 28 28 and 9, I think it is. 28 31 or 28 and 9. Prayers. God will not. Yeah, 28. Give me that.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 9.
Hold on. Hey sister, how you doing today? Hey sis, I know you fixed your headset. I know you hear me.
Hello.
Guess what? It's all right. It's all good. The Most High God marked that. Read.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 9. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination.
God says, how you doing today, brother?
All right.
Where would you find yourself in this time, man? The mighty tribe of Judah. You know that's the same tribe that Christ came from? Did you know that? You know how big that is for you to be the same tribe that everybody try to claim that their savior from? It's not everybody's savior, but it's your savior. Guess what? We don't even know that he looks like us. Give me that. Hebrews 7, all praises.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 7, verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
He said it is obvious that Christ came out of Judah, the same tribe that you from. I'm gonna show you. Give me that in Jeremiah 14 and 2. I'm gonna show you that the same tribe of Judah, what kind of people they were. How did they look like? So you can see the connection. Read that for me.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourned, and the gates thereof languished. They are black unto the ground. You
hear that? It says Judah mourned. Why they mourned? Because they were in a lower estate. And he says and the gate there are languished. Why would the gate languish? Because they lacked of leadership. As in today, we have no leadership. Your TD Jake is not your leadership. Your Al Chapton is not your leadership. They can lead you to nowhere, but instead, what do? They're corrupting whatever that the Bible say. They try to feed their pockets. But this day is over. It's telling you that Judah is what? What color Judah?
Judah mourned, and the gates thereof languished. They are black unto the ground.
They are black unto the ground. It looks just. Give me that Revelation 1 and 14. I'm gonna show you. This is how Christ looked like. If Christ looked like this, obviously you know that the rest of his people are gonna look the same like him. Watch this.
The book of Revelations, chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
The revelation of Jesus Christ. Christ gave that dream, revelation to John, right? Read. Jump down to verse 14.
The book of Revelations, chapter 1, verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like...
Actually, start verse 13.
The book of Revelations, chapter 1, verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
John walked with Christ, so he knew how Christ looked like. And he said he saw a man that looked like the Son of Man, which is Christ. And in the middle of it, he saw in the middle of the 7 candlestick, he saw a man that looked like Christ. Read on.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
He had a garment that was down to the foot. Read.
And girt about the pouch with a golden girdle.
He had a golden belt on. Read.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Now he's describing his attribute, his facial expression, how his hair, his face, everything. Watch this. He says his hair, what? Read it again.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Saying his beard and his hair, they were white and they were woolly. Who have woolly hair today? We do. We do. That's strike one for this devil right here. Strike one for this demon that they give us. Remember, the Bible says, cursed be he who add or take away from this book. But yet they're going to profess to say that they know Christ. And they give you this demon to worship. Read on.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Give me the precept on that. His eyes were as a flame of fire. It doesn't mean that his eyes was throwing out fire. I mean it was red. Why was it red? Because Christ drank wine. Here's the prophecy on that in Genesis, the 49th chapter. Read that.
The book of Genesis, verse 12. His eyes shall be red with wine.
Christ's eyes will be red with wine because Christ drank wine in moderation. That's what it's saying. Now, I'll continue the verse for me.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
If I can see your feet, obviously I know your feet will be the same complexion as your face. Would you agree? Right. It says in his feet, like what?
Like unto fine brass.
What color is brass? Brown. Brown. Watch this. That's not all. It's giving you, it starts from one end, and then it's going to give you to what it turned to. Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
You burn a brass into a furnace. What color would it come? Black, dark. Jump from your complexion or my complexion down to this complexion. Just like my brother right here. Same complexion as Christ. Right. And guess what? Our people don't know that. By not knowing that Christ looked like us, we hate one another. You know what I'm saying? This is what they give us. They give us this demon to worship. But this day is over. Now, what would you say if we are God's chosen people? What are we doing being in the bottom? Wouldn't that be a question you wonder? Watch this. I'm going to show you. Before you give me that in Deuteronomy 20:15, give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6 verse. I'm going to show you what God had in store for us, what he wants us to be at. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
God says you are holy people unto him. To be holy means is to separate you from all the other nations that he created. Read.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
He chose you to be special unto himself. Meaning everybody else are not as close to him as you are. Read.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Read that part again. Read that loud music. I don't think you can hear it. Read it again.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
It's in the Bible. We didn't write this. You're supposed to be above all people. But why? Why aren't we above all people? Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 15. I'm going to show you why. There's a consequence for our action. Our forefathers didn't want to follow what the Most High God says. And we're paying the consequences of our forefathers. Watch this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
He said, if you don't follow these laws that I give you, this is Moses speaking, after we left Egypt, it's giving them a warning. He says, hey, if you don't follow these laws, all these curses I'm about to bring out here gonna happen to you, and it will overtake you as a people. Okay, not as one individual, as a people. And we're about to find out. Give me verse 45.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee.
You hear that? It's saying the same thing over and over. It says all these curses will fall upon thee because you didn't want to listen to what he says. Read on.
And they shall...
That day referring to the curses. And they, read.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
That day referring to the curses. Those curses will be upon you for a sign and for a wonder. Now, that's the key to the whole scripture that we're about to read. It says, you're going to be able to identify Israel today by those curses. In other words, whenever Israel going to be resigned, these curses are going to be on them. That's what the sign represents. When you see a sign, it's telling you this is Monroe. That's what that sign means. It says these curses will be on them as a sign, meaning anytime you see Israel, those curses gonna affiliate with them. You're gonna be able to connect them with those curses. Give me verse 16. I'm gonna show you.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
That's the first one. It says, cursed shall thou be in the city. Now, how familiar you are with Tallahassee?
Been here for about over 10 years.
Okay, so you should know.
Yeah.
You know Tallahassee have a north side and a south side, right?
Right.
What do they say about the south side? I'm gonna show you that the Bible is a living prophecy. It's a true book, and it's your history. I'm gonna show you. What do you say about the south side? Ghetto. Yeah. And what do you find in the ghetto?
Black people.
Black people. What are some of those things that happen in the ghetto? Crimes. Drugs.
You know, shooting, robbing.
All kind of negative things. Yeah. Would you say curse a good thing? Curse is not a good thing, right? Those considered as the curse in the city. It says, and guess what? I use Tallahassee as an example. If I go to Miami, I should be able to find the same thing, right? The project, the ghetto, the slums, Section 8. You find the same attribute in those areas. Would you agree? Yeah. If I go to New York, will I find the same thing? Chicago, will I find the same thing? Right. But who live in those areas? The same thing. Show you the Bible doesn't lie. It says you will be able to identify Israel today by those curses. I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you more proof. Jump to verse 30.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
When did that happen? You have a wife and another man took her and sleep with her. When did that happen? No, think when you had no power. They took your wife, and you see they take your wife and they go and sleep with her right before your eyes, and you can't do nothing about it.
Oh, time of slavery.
Time of slavery. That's what it's telling you here. It says you will have a wife and another man will sleep with her and you can't do nothing about it. You'll find out. It's going to give you more description. Read on.
Thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein.
Who built this country?
Oh, slaves.
We did.
I mean, they built the White House.
Yes. It says you were built, but you're not going to live in it. Read on.
Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and thou shalt not gather the grapes thereof.
The cotton field, sugar cane, tobacco, all those things that we used to plant during slavery. Did we get anything out of them? Bible prophecy. Jump to verse 32. Actually, jump to verse 41. I prefer 41.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 41. Thou shalt begot sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them. Why? For they shall go into captivity.
Didn't that's what happened? When you have your children and the slave master decided to send them to a different slave master, and there's nothing you can do about it? That's us. That's our history I'm reading about here. These things happened during slavery. That's not all. Give me verse 37.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
An astonishment, it's an amazement. Those that know us, the other nations, when they look at us, they kind of like smirk. They shake their head. Like, damn, look at them. They used to be above all nations. These are supposedly God's chosen people. They're walking, sagging their pants, killing one another, raping one another. Crime is this high among their area. They are killing one another. They laughing at us. Read on.
A proverb.
A proverb is a wise saying. You want to hide something from a black man? What do? You know it. I know you know it. I'm trying to show you. What do? You put it in the book. Because black don't like to read.
Right.
Read on.
In a byword.
A byword is calling you outside of your God-given name. They call you black. They call you African American. They call you Afro-American. They call you, all these names have nothing to do with you. Black is just a color. That's black on me. Black. That's not a nationality. A nationality is something that you and I can affiliate with. We share same culture, same language, we live in the same place. You can define it. You cannot define black as a nationality. That's how low we become today. Jump to verse 48.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
Now, it's telling you why we will be serving our enemies. Why are we serving our enemies? Because we didn't want to listen to God. He says, in hunger, you got to deal with your enemy. Read.
And in thirst.
When you think about water, to pay your water bill, you still got to deal with your enemy. The same thing with food. Read on.
And in nakedness.
And in nakedness. Clothes that we wear. They fabricate those things. Read on.
And in want of all things.
In everything that you're gonna need. Your birth certificate, death certificate, marriage license, get a degree from school, to have a certificate, anything that you need, you gotta go through them to get that. Read on.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Who had a yoke of iron in our neck during? That happened. We the only people that had a yoke of iron upon our neck during slavery. That's our history. Read on.
Until he have destroyed thee.
Until he destroy you. I'm going to give you an analogy. You have a dog. When you just got the dog, if you let the dog loose, the dog will run away. Would you agree? Right. But if you keep the dog in a leash, after a period of time, you can't let loose. The dog won't go nowhere. Because you kill that dog's spirit. That dog believes you as the owner, right? It's the same thing that happened to us during slavery. We had a yoke of iron in our neck. At that time, if you take that thing loose, we're gone. We always try to escape. They used to catch our people every time when they try to run away. At that time, they were very aware of who they were. Until we were destroyed as a people, then we had no desire to escape anymore. When you look at us today, we are comfortable. Our spirit is destroyed. That's why we're in the corners of the street today to let you know that you are not what you're calling yourself.
That's right.
That you are greater than that.
That's
right. Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcasts, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.